Let's be honest. How many of us are super busy? Even people that aren't busy think they're busy. Here's how I know this to be true. I remember when my kids were young, now they're 20 and 16, which is so crazy, cool and weird and awesome all at the same time. But, I'd ask my daughter to do something and she's like, Daddy, I'm playing with my Legos, or Dylan's like, hey, I'm playing video games. I'm busy. Like, even our kids think they're too busy to clean the dishes, clean their room, do their homework, whatever that looks like, right? Everybody's busy doing something. Even people that aren't really busy think they're busy, right? Nobody's just like, yep, I got nothing else better to do. So I get it, but it's all about priorities, right? Like for instance, we are officially launching our company. We're going to have our first ever founders pack and products available and putting in volume for the first time, which is kind of a big deal since none of us have been paid for months. So it's really exciting. With that being said, I get people that are like really excited, but again, really busy. The point is, I think it's really important to understand that everybody's busy doing something, but it's all about, like I said, prioritizing. Create a schedule, a plan. Now, part of the reason people say they're busy, especially in the beginning, it's a lack of confidence and clarity. If they have a lot of confidence and they have a lot of clarity in what we're doing and why we're doing it, they're probably going to find the time. Like how many of us, if you're super busy, but all of a sudden you're pregnant or your wife gets pregnant, you're not going to be like, oh, too busy for that kid. No, you're going to be like, you know what? We're just going to find the time. We're going to figure it out. Why? Because you're having a baby. It doesn't matter how busy you are. You're having a baby. You're going to have to figure it out. It's the same thing in this business. You got to figure it out. You got to figure out what matters most. You might not have a lot of confidence. You might not have a lot of clarity, but that's why you have a mentor. That's why there's a system in place. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. You can build a business that eventually gives you your time back. That's the whole point of this, is to create residual income, leveraged income. Put together an agenda, a plan, a schedule. Just like if you had a part-time job, you would have to show up at work at a certain time. Yes? Common sense, right? Like you get fired if you don't show up for work. So create a schedule. Maybe it's like, you work for an hour in the morning before work. Maybe it's an hour at night. You might say, well, John, I kind of work my business in the nooks and crannies and, I'm always on my phone. I got it. But you need intentional time where you're focused on growing your business. If you're serious about growing your business, what kind of income are you trying to generate with your business? $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $500 a month. Maybe you're just trying to make extra money. Whatever it is, obviously the bigger the goal, the bigger the commitment. You want to make $10,000 a month, it's going to take a way bigger commitment than somebody that just wants to make extra money. Someone just wants to do it part-time, spare time. The number one thing I would focus on if you're busy, you don't have time to do content. You're not sure about going live because again, you lack what I said, confidence and clarity. You're not sure about it isn't that difficult to talk in your stories for 60 seconds every day. Give me a break. Just share something you're learning about your new business, about your new product. Like 60 seconds? You can't talk for 60 seconds in your story? Okay, you're busy. Got it. But again, probably because of lack of confidence and or clarity. Just introduce me to people. Pick your 5 to 10 best people that you would love to partner with that are ambitious, entrepreneurial minded. Put them in chats with me. If you can't do that, I don't know what you can do. Nobody's that busy. Nobody's too busy to find 5 to 10 people that might want to make money. If you said, I'm too busy to post, I'm too busy to add tag message, ATM, I'm too busy to go live, do reels, do stories, I don't know what to post, I'm overthinking it, I got analysis by paralysis. Cool. Just identify 5 to 10 people that would be open to making more money this year than they made last year. 5 to 10 people that like the idea of creating an MBA, a massive bank account. 5 to 10 people that maybe just want to make extra money. I don't know. The point is, identify those 5 to 10 people, put them in chats with your upline, put them in the group, tag them in the video. That's it. You don't even have to do that actually. You could literally put them in a chat with your upline, the person you partnered with, and say, hey, John, this is Bob. Bob's very entrepreneurial minded, very open to learning more. Because I'm busy and I'm brand new, I wanted to connect him to you. So you could share your story and get him plugged in. Now, of course, it is better if you have the person added to the group, tagged in the presentation video. That does make more sense for you to do it since you're their Facebook friend. So with that being said, you add them to the group, you tag them in the video. If you say, well, I don't know what video it is, just get them in the group. This is why I love ATM, add tag message. It's the best system on planet Earth. Now you'll hear people say, oh, we got funnels, we got this, we got that. Cool. We have all those things too. We've always had those things, but it still does not convert as well as having human connection, human conversation. identifying people's interest levels and questions and figuring out their personality, what they want to accomplish, helping them map out a plan. The point is every dud knows a stud, baby. Write that down. Every dud knows a stud, and every dud can become a stud. You've got people right now that you've enrolled. They may not be the one. They may not be that excited. They may be scared. We have a bunch of people that get involved because they like the idea, the concept, the potential. Once they start talking to some people and they get a little bit of what we call OPO, other people's opinions. I tried one of those things before, or, my aunt's, uncle's, dog's, cat's, sister's, best friend's neighbor did one of those things and they lost their house. Like, what? What does that even mean they lost their house? But the point is, there's some negative Nancy's out there. Maybe you do your first post and you get some negative feedback, or they Google an article or whatever, right? They find some nasty YouTube video by some bitter quitter that tells you why that business model doesn't work. Meanwhile, those people never have a solution. They only have opinions. And it's sad because sometimes that new person gets blown out of the water. They get blown out of the water by a negative Nancy. So this is another reason you want to encourage them to introduce you to their people. Because if they don't introduce you to their people, you're never going to know. You're never going to know what they could have led to, right? You have to look at it like this. This is the analogy I heard years ago, and I thought it was so powerful. Most people that join your team, even your customers, most of them are just fishing poles. And you're the fisherman. A fisherman is just a choice. It's stepping into your leadership. It's stepping into your potential, making a decision, drawing a line in the sand and saying, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to stop making excuses, because you can't make money and make excuses. Choose wisely. You decide, this is it for me. I'm all in. It's easy to say you're going to do this and you're going to do that. Right? We got a whole lot of wannapreneurs out there. I want to hit the top rank. I want to go all in. I want to fire my boss. I want to build a big customer base. I want to go viral and go, become an influencer. And I want to, cool, great. A lot of wannapreneurs out there. You find time. You find the money if you see the value. You don't lack resources. You lack resourcefulness. Listen, if I told you I'll give you my Ram truck, it's a TRX. It's a $100,000 truck. I'll just give it to you. Or my other Tesla. But you got to come up with $550 by tomorrow. You would find the money because you would just buy the truck, buy the Tesla, and resell it the next day for a huge profit. But you might say, well, John, but that's different. That's a $100,000 Tesla or a $100,000 truck. True. Good point. But you could make that per year in your home business. If you go all in and you're committed to it, you make it a priority, you find the time, you find the money. You get out of your own way. Listen, you know what drives me crazy? Oh, it drives me crazy. So many of you have people on your friend list right now, in your cell phone right now, that are on their knees every night praying for a miracle. Now, it might not be your business. It might not be a good fit for them. But what if it is? What if it was? What if it was the greatest thing they've ever seen? Like, I'm grateful someone showed me network marketing when I was 20 years old. Technically, it didn't work out with that company, but I was exposed to personal development. I got exposed to mentors. I got plugged into training and learning from people that had what I wanted. They'd say, find someone that has what you want, do what they do, and you'll get what they got. People that actually have results. This is why I don't listen to opinions. Oh, those things don't work. Okay, cool. Got it. You might be right. Those things are pyramid schemes. You might be right. I don't like your product. Cool. Great. I don't like your product. Right? Like, look, let me give you an example. Someone tells you they don't like your burgers, and you own a Burger King. You own a McDonald's. Now, I agree. Those are disgusting burgers. They have those nasty nuggets. I don't think it's chicken. I wouldn't eat that stuff. But would you agree they're still doing billions? They don't care if you and me like those products. They're doing billions. It is a numbers game. You don't want to treat people like a number, but it is a numbers game. And there are people right now in your cell phone that are on their knees every night praying for a miracle, and you have a miracle in your mouth, but you're being selfish because I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what to post. I haven't tried the product. Listen, you haven't tried the product. I get that. If you're a person that's like, hey, I need to try the product first, then you should wait until you try the product. If you're one of those people that's like, well, I don't want to go on social media and start talking about it until I've hit my first rank or I got my first check. I get that. That's totally cool. You have to do what's best for you. Don't let anybody else pressure you to do something you don't want to do. But if you want to build, but the only reason you're not is simply because you're afraid of other people's opinions or you don't know what to say to people, stop overthinking it. There's this technology called ChatGPT or Grok, whatever you want to use. And there's also Google. And there's so many different AI tools out there now. Say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm a construction worker or I'm a school teacher or I'm a fill in the blank and I'm looking to create an additional income from home. I'm a little nervous because I'm in my 60s or in my 20s, or I've never done something like this before, but I'm trying to figure out how I can attract people to me. I'm trying to figure out some scripts or some language so that I can approach the people I care about. I want to share this with them, but I don't know what to say. ChatGPT will help you come up with ideas. And by the way, if ChatGPT gives you ideas you don't like, say, ChatGPT, I don't like this. I don't talk like that. Can you give me another example? Can you give me something? I want to post something that's a little funny. I want to do a video. I want to do a story. Can you give me a script? Can you give me an outline? Can you give me some bullet points? Like, you're overthinking this. Take initiative.